At 92, Margaret believed slowing down was just part of aging. "I've earned my rest," she'd say, sinking into her chair. But then, stiffness set in. Climbing stairs became harder, her balance unsteady. That's when she realized rest wouldn't keep her strong, but movement would. No one tells you how powerful low-impact exercise can be after 70, how it strengthens muscles, protects joints, and restores energy. Today, Margaret is thriving, proving it's never too late to start. By the end of this, you'll discover 7 exercises that will keep you strong, mobile, and independent for years to come. Let's begin. 1. Chair yoga. Flexibility without strain. I used to believe yoga was for the young and impossibly flexible. The idea of twisting, bending, and balancing seemed completely out of reach. I had images of people effortlessly contorting into poses I couldn't even attempt when I was younger. So why would I start now, with my knees aching and my balance not what it used to be? Then one afternoon, my neighbor Diane invited me to a chair yoga class at our local community center. I hesitated, making every excuse in my mind. I'm too stiff. I don't want to embarrass myself. Yoga isn't for me. But Diane wouldn't take no for an answer. "Just come and watch," she said with a knowing smile. So I went, prepared to sit in the back and observe. What I saw changed everything. The room was filled with women my age, some even older, all seated comfortably in sturdy chairs. Some had arthritis, others had mobility issues, and a few, like me, had never tried yoga before. Yet, there they were, moving gently, breathing deeply, and looking relaxed. No complicated poses, no struggling to get up and down from the floor, just simple, graceful movements designed to keep their bodies moving. I decided to join in. The instructor guided us through easy seated twists, shoulder rolls, and leg lifts. Within minutes, I felt my joints loosen, my posture straighten, and my breath deepen. It was nothing like the strenuous workouts I had imagined. It was gentle, soothing, and surprisingly effective. What I love most about chair yoga is its accessibility. You don't need special equipment. You don't need to go to a gym. You don't even need to carve out a big chunk of time. You can do it right at your kitchen table, while watching TV, or even on a park bench. Just a few minutes a day and suddenly, everyday movements, like reaching for something on a high shelf or bending down to pick something up, feel easier. I used to think I was too stiff for yoga. Now I realize that's exactly why I needed it. If you've ever thought the same, trust me, this one is made for you. 2. Water aerobics. Strength without joint pain. The first time I stepped into a water aerobics class, I hesitated. Standing waist deep in the pool, I looked around at the other women, all chatting and moving effortlessly through the water. I wondered how lifting my arms and kicking my legs in water could possibly do anything for my body. It seemed too easy, almost too gentle to be real exercise. But then, 10 minutes in, I felt it. The resistance of the water made every movement more challenging, without the usual strain on my knees and hips. When I lifted my arms, the water pushed back. When I moved my legs, I could feel my muscles working, yet there was no harsh impact, no jarring sensation like I'd experienced with other forms of exercise. And the best part? I wasn't gasping for breath or feeling exhausted. Instead, I felt light, supported, and surprisingly strong. By the end of class, something unexpected happened. I felt energized. My legs felt stronger, my arms more toned, and for the first time in a long time, I left a workout without the usual stiffness and aches. It wasn't just exercise, it was relief. My joints didn't ache. My back felt looser, and I walked out of the pool with a sense of ease I hadn't felt in years. Water aerobics isn't just about moving in water. It's a full-body workout that enhances balance, builds strength, and supports joint health. The natural buoyancy of the water reduces pressure on your body, making it perfect for those with arthritis, osteoporosis, or chronic pain. And beyond the physical benefits, there's something about being in a group, laughing, moving, and supporting one another that makes it fun. So if you've been avoiding exercise because of joint pain, mobility issues, or fear of injury, consider stepping into the pool. The water carries the weight for you, but your body still gets all the benefits. And who knows? You might just walk away feeling stronger, lighter, and more alive than you have in years. 3. Walking. The most underrated exercise. For years, I saw walking as nothing more than a way to get from one place to another. It wasn't exercise, it wasn't real movement, just something I did out of necessity. But then my friend Ruth, who's 84, told me something that changed my mind. She had managed to avoid blood pressure medication for years, and the secret wasn't some complicated workout or restrictive diet. It was simply walking. That made me stop and think, could something so simple really make that much of a difference? I started paying closer attention. Ruth wasn't just walking for errands, she was walking for herself. Every morning, rain or shine, she put on her sneakers and strolled through her neighborhood, and what struck me most wasn't just her physical health, but her energy. She always seemed lighter, more refreshed, more at ease. So I decided to give it a try. Instead of rushing through my day, only walking when absolutely necessary, I made it a part of my routine. I found a quiet park with a paved path, slipped on my most comfortable shoes, and started with 10 minutes. At first, it felt like something I had to do. But then, something shifted. I started noticing the warmth of the sun on my face, the rhythmic sound of my footsteps, the way my body felt more alive with each step. 10 minutes turned into 15, then 20. Before I knew it, I wasn't just walking, I was enjoying it. And the benefits? They came quickly. My legs felt stronger. My joints ached less, not more. My mood lifted, and I slept better at night. It was as if my body had been waiting for me to start moving again. The best part? Walking is easy to weave into daily life. It doesn't require equipment, a gym membership, or a big commitment. A few minutes around the block, a walk to the mailbox and back. The key isn't speed or distance, it's consistency. And when you make it something to look forward to, whether by listening to an audiobook, calling a friend, or simply soaking in the peace of your surroundings, it stops feeling like exercise. It becomes you time. So if you think walking doesn't count as exercise, think again. It's one of the most powerful, low-impact ways to stay strong, mobile, and independent for years to come. And the best time to start? Right now. 4. Seated leg lifts. Strengthening your foundation. If I had $1 for every time someone told me, be careful on those stairs, I'd be rich. After 70, balance and leg strength become a real concern. I noticed it myself. Standing up from a chair felt harder. Stepping over curbs required more effort. And the thought of a misstep on the stairs made me cautious in a way I had never been before. The fear of falling crept into my mind more often than I'd like to admit. That's when I discovered seated leg lifts. No fancy equipment, no standing required. Just a simple exercise you can do from the comfort of a sturdy chair. You sit tall, lift one leg straight out, hold for a few seconds, and lower it back down. Then repeat with the other leg. Sounds easy, right? But let me tell you, the impact is incredible. At first, I didn't think much of it. How could something this small make a difference? But after a few weeks of consistency, I felt a change. My thighs felt stronger. I could push myself up from chairs with less struggle. When I walked, I felt steadier, more in control of my movements. even stepping into the bathtub, something I once hesitated over, became easier. This tiny movement works wonders for the muscles that keep you steady, your thighs, hips, and core. Strengthening these areas means fewer stumbles, more confidence in your stride, and greater independence overall. And the best part? You can do it anytime, anywhere. Watching TV, lift your legs, sitting at the kitchen table, do a few reps. If you've ever worried about mobility, this is where you start. A few leg lifts a day can rebuild the strength you need to stay active, steady, and confident. 5. Tai Chi. Balance and mindfulness in motion. I used to think Tai Chi was just a graceful activity for people who liked slow movement, a sort of meditation in motion, but not real exercise. Something pleasant to watch in the park, but not something that could truly strengthen the body. I was wrong. One day, I stumbled upon a free Tai Chi class at the library. I hesitated at first, wondering if I would feel out of place. But when I stepped inside, I saw women my age, moving with purpose. No one straining, no one gasping for breath, just smooth, intentional movements that seemed almost effortless. The instructor, a woman in her late 70s, welcomed us warmly. Tai Chi is about control, not speed, she said, leading us into the first series of motions. At first, it felt foreign. The movements were simple, lifting an arm, shifting my weight, stepping forward with care, but they required a level of focus I hadn't expected. Nothing was rushed. Nothing hurt. And yet, my entire body worked. My core engaged to keep me steady. My legs felt the subtle challenge of balancing, and my arms moved with purpose, building strength in a way I had never experienced before. By the end of the first class, something felt different. My body wasn't exhausted, but it was awake. My usual stiffness had loosened. My mind felt clearer. And after just a few weeks, I noticed an incredible shift. My balance improved, my posture straightened, and everyday movements, like stepping onto a bus or getting out of bed, became easier. Tai Chi isn't about pushing yourself to the limit. It's about moving with intention, creating strength through control, and increasing flexibility while keeping your body safe. It's one of the most effective ways to prevent falls, improve coordination, and keep your body agile well into your later years. If you've ever felt nervous about your balance, if you want to feel more steady on your feet, or if you simply crave a form of movement that calms both the body and mind, Tai Chi is it. And the best part? You can start at any age. 6. Resistance band training. Strength without heavy weights. I used to think strength training meant lifting heavy dumbbells at the gym, grunting through reps, sweating under bright lights, and waking up sore the next day. It felt intimidating, exhausting, and honestly, not something I wanted to do at my age. But then, I discovered resistance bands, and suddenly, strength training didn't feel like a chore. It felt possible. These stretchy bands may look simple, but they add just the right amount of resistance to movements, making your muscles work without the strain of heavy weights. I started with easy exercises, bicep curls, seated rows, and gentle leg presses, things I could do from the comfort of my chair. No complicated equipment, no risk of dropping anything on my foot, just smooth, controlled movements that targeted my arms, legs, and core. At first, I wasn't sure if they were doing much. But after a few weeks, I felt the difference. Carrying groceries became easier. Twisting open stubborn jars didn't leave my wrists aching. I stood a little taller. My posture improved, and I felt a new sense of capability I hadn't in years. What I love most? Resistance bands are lightweight, affordable, and easy to use anywhere. Whether I'm sitting at home watching TV, traveling, or just taking a break in the afternoon, I can pull them out and get in a quick session. It's a simple habit with huge rewards. So if heavy weights feel daunting, Or if joint pain has made traditional strength training difficult, give resistance bands a try. They may be small, but their impact? Life-changing. 7. Pelvic floor exercises. The secret to staying strong from the inside out. No one talks about pelvic floor exercises, but they should, because these tiny, often overlooked muscles do so much more than people realize. They support your bladder, keep your core stable, improve posture, and even help with balance. Yet for most of us, we don't think about them until we start experiencing problems. For me, it started small. A little leak when I sneezed, a moment of panic when I laughed too hard. It was embarrassing, but I brushed it off until it became too frequent to ignore. I wasn't ready to accept that this was just part of aging. So when a friend casually mentioned Kegel exercises, I listened. The concept was simple: squeeze and hold the muscles you'd use to stop urine flow, then release. I started doing them in the morning while brushing my teeth, while sitting at red lights, even while watching TV. At first, I wondered if they were making any difference. But after a few weeks, no more leaks. I felt more in control, more confident. And then I noticed something else. My core felt stronger, my posture better. Even my lower back pain had eased. That's when I realized this wasn't just about bladder control. It was about overall strength and stability. The best part? You can do these exercises anywhere. No equipment, no gym, no one even knowing you're doing them. Just a few minutes a day can make a world of difference. So if you've ever felt that little worry before a sneeze or noticed a shift in your balance, don't wait. Start today, because this tiny invisible workout has life-changing benefits. There you have it, 7 essential low-impact exercises to keep you strong, mobile, and independent. Which one will you try first? Let's chat in the comments. And if this helped you, share it with a friend, because staying active is easier, more fun, and even more motivating when we do it together.